What is up, YouTube? It is a Con. So today I kind of want to do a random thoughts kind of video. Something that's been on my mind for a while, but it came up on my stream again last night. But that is cosmetic gear progression, not gear stat progression, but how your gear looks progression wise. And this really will involve all genres, but this video probably will be more focused on MMORPGs. It's the main genre I played over the years, probably more than any other genre. But this really can apply to multiple genres as well, whether single player games, some shooters, or whatever. So this kind of came about last night on my stream. So I'm playing the Lost Ark beta that came out yesterday, and I'm level 10, and I decided to go to the cash shop, and I pick out. They give you free coins, so I said, let me buy, a skin or something, outfit. So I buy it, put it on, and I'm level 10, and I'm like, wow, I look like I'm in raid gear, but I'm only level 10. And I'm like, that's kind of weird, kind of strange. And I've thought about this for a while, the cosmetic gear progression. That's really not talked about in games, but I think it's a big deal. Because people that love MMOs, RPGs, they love the progression systems in games. But also cosmetic skins sell like hotcakes in games now. They do. They sell like crazy for big money. So I kind of want to talk about this subject. As you can see, I'm gonna have a lot of the in-game gear of older MMOs, like pre maybe 2010, because I kind of thought that's maybe about the era that MMOs really kind of started changing, putting more cash shop in, somewhere in that range. It could have been a year or two after, year or two before or something, but I thought it was very, very strange. You know, back in the day, when you log in a new game, let's say the game's been out a year or two, an MMO, and you get to the main city for the first time, you'll see a guy that's been playing it for a year and a half that's rated, and he's got this badass gear. And there was something about it that was different, unique, and it's like, wow, pretty awesome. Nowadays, you can just log on at level 1 by a cosmetic item that may look better than in-game raid gear. May actually look better, which I think is horrible game design. Horrible game design. But as you know, in most games, like in MMO, you start off and you're basically in rags. You got some torn clothes. You look like crap. Doesn't look cool, and it shouldn't. And as you level up, level 10, level 20, level 30, you slowly get better looking gear. So it's not just statistically where your strength or your health stats get better, but also the cosmetic would get better as well. And as part of the progression system, everybody talks about progression systems in RPGs a lot. It's like getting more skills and stat increases, progression in crafting, but not a lot of people talk about the cosmetic. And I think that's very, very important, because obviously cosmetics people love them. There's no doubt about it, or they wouldn't be selling as much as they do on cash shops. They wouldn't. But we've kind of lost that over the years. Because I think a bunch of it is because of the cash shop. And I kind of miss those days that you would level up, and I would do a dungeon sometimes, or do something in a game at level 30, 40 levels before in-game, or whatever max level is in the game, just to get a cool looking piece of gear, even though it wasn't much of a stat increase. I would do that pre-in-game. I used to. I remember doing that at like level 73 in Age of Conan when the max level was 80. And there was a dungeon in the last zone. I wanted the barbarian chest piece because I liked the look of it. And I was only going to have 7 more levels. I got it because of the look of it. I went and did the dungeon because I wanted that piece. And I thought that was... But nowadays, you log in, you pay real money, and you basically look like you have raid gear at level 1. And I think that the cosmetic gear progression, I think, has been lost over the years compared to what it is nowadays. I don't know y'all's opinion on this. A lot of the tier gear has kind of went by the wayside too in some games. I kind of miss the tier gear sets in older MMOs. That used to kind of be the standard, and I'm not talking about the cosmetic gear progression from a treadmill standpoint, but just the overall getting a cool piece of gear as you level up, looking cooler. I don't know, just kind of my thoughts. You know, last night when I was playing again, basically I looked like I had raid gear at level 10. I thought it was very strange, and I thought about this for a while. Like I love leveling up and getting a new cool looking piece of gear as much as probably more than I like getting better stats on the gear. You know, it's more fun to me actually, to make my to make my character look badass. And I would rather like grind. I'm not saying grind from a time standpoint, but work towards something in the game, level up and get the cool piece of gear. I don't know, just kind of my random thoughts. You know, last night kind of after I got done with the stream, I was like, you know what, I need to make a video on this because and kind of get other people's thoughts. I want to hear your comments on that. Do you kind of feel the same way? That there was leveling up, you look cooler and cooler and cooler and cooler as you level up to max level. And I do think people used to level slower, so there was more of that. People now a lot of times just min-max leveling as fast as they can. I don't play my first character like that in MMOs. I do go slow, my first character always. Really enjoy the game leveling up, and I just love getting the cool pieces, but it's kind of went by the wayside. When you log in and somebody's level 5 and they fucking look like they've been grinding raids for like 5 years already. I don't know, just my thoughts on it. You know, I feel like that's kind of a lost part of the progression of MMOs, RPGs, shooters. I don't play a ton of shooters, but probably a lot of that applies to that as well, because I know the skins and stuff like that sell like hotcakes on in FPS games. But yeah, kind of my thoughts. You know, comment below, let me know what you think about that, if I'm wrong, if I'm right, and how important is the cosmetic gear progression outside of you know, how it looks leveling up. Is it cool getting that one piece of tier set and then the next piece of tier set and the next piece of tier set, and looking cooler outside of the stats? But yeah, that's it, guys. That's it for this video. It's kind of a random thoughts type of video. If you like stuff like this, please hit like and subscribe. Also, I'll put my Twitch link down below if you want to come hang out on Twitch. I kind of stream a variety of games. So that's it, guys, for now, and I will see you next time.